Well, g'day there in NaZCAR land. We've had a few requests for taking you through on a bit of a tutorial on the registration system on the NaZCAR website. So for those of you that know what's going on and how to do it, you can probably skip this bit. But for those of you that are having trouble getting through and registering and navigating your way through, I'm going to take you on a quick tutorial. So first of all, make sure you're on the correct website, www.nazcar.nz. That is always a good start. So, homepage, you'll land hopefully on something that looks like this with these crazy characters. And if you scroll down on the homepage, a bit more information about who we are and what we do, some upcoming events, and a bit more information, links to NaZCAR on YouTube and NaZCAR on Facebook. So feel free to check out YouTube and Facebook. There are links on the homepage. So if you have a look at the menu on the top here, you'll see that next to the home button there is the Lemons tab. Now Lemons, of course, is the 12 and 24 hour and sort of longer format fun endurance events. Whip through those pages there and have a look. If you don't know what it is, you'll learn all about it. And if you navigate one further over, the tab is the Pro Series, which is something we started last year. It's a new 3 and 6 hour sanctioned national championship for endurance racing. So that one's the final actually of that. This year is coming up on this weekend, actually, the 20th of August. So that's at Pukekohe Raceway. So if you've never driven Pukekohe, probably worth entering into that if you want to have a bit of a skid round. And if you have driven Pukekohe before, probably worth entering anyway. Right, further across, a little bit more information about who we are, what we do, and contacts page. Then we get to the beauty, which is the sign in or sign up tab. So the first thing you have to do if you want to get into all these events is you have to create yourself a personal profile or an account. So hit the sign in or sign up tab, and if you're a new user, this is where you go. If you've never signed in before, this is where you go. If you have signed in before, you've already got your dashboard, you know what to expect, and this is where it is. So let's go as a new user, and I'll create a profile and then show you how to do all of that first. So sign me up. I'm going to create a profile. Let's call my profile Ivana Race a Lot. Oh, maybe if I spell it right, Race a Lot. There you go, Ivana Race a Lot. And let's go iv@nazcar.nz. I'll put a phone number in there. You've got to fill all these sections in. Let's say I'm from Gisborne and I was born at some point in 1877. Fantastic. I look my age. Tick that you've read the policy, and let's go. What we're doing here is creating your personal account. So now you'll see, instead of sign in or sign up, you've got a thing called My Account. So there we are. Ivana Race a Lot, my dashboard, and my teams, any events that you may have joined, and you can edit your profile at any time, change your password at any time, or bugger off and make me some dinner. Okay, my dashboard. Let's have a look at that. Here's where on your dashboard you manage your teams, pay for stuff, and register for your event. So this is where you can do everything from your dashboard. So right now we've created our personal account, but we haven't joined or created a team, and we haven't entered any events yet. So that's the next step. You've now got your dashboard. Let's have a look at my teams. Well, at the moment you don't have any. So it says here you need a team. Oopsie, you need a team to enter an event. And as you don't appear to be associated with any teams, you need to join or create a team. So search to join a team, which is already existing, or you can create a brand new team. Now, if you want to join an existing team, if you know what the name of that team is, you can start typing it in. So let's say there's a team called BMW Bandits, I think. There you go. So we could join the Bandits. If Warreny's a good bugger, but if he doesn't know you, he might not actually allow you to join his team. Or if you know that the team is called Tokyo Dragons, James may let you in. But let's say we join a team called the Mustang. That's me. So I would probably let you join my team and you can come for a skid in the old Mustang. Now, that's if you want to join an existing team, which is already set up, so the captain of that team already knows what's what. Assuming that you're a newbie, let's go and create a new team from scratch. You're now going to be, once you've created this team, you're going to be the captain of this team. So, my team I'm going to call Havana Go Fast. Havana Go Fast! And let's choose a car number. Let's go 777, that's a good number. Now if you come across this, it means that another team has already beaten you to that number. So you can add a suffix, or you can just choose a different number. Let's go 534. No one's got that. But if you do get stuck with a number that someone else has already got, but you're absolutely dead set on having 777, add a suffix to it. So A, B, C, D, whatever. I'll add X. There you go. So that's now my new car number and my details. Here's one I created earlier. It was an 1899 Singer sewing machine with a roll cage in it. So what have I done now? I've created a brand new team using my Ivana driver lot profile, and I'm now going to save that, and you'll notice there's my team. And down here I can invite team members. So let's assume that the first thing I want to do is invite some team members, because down here you can see at the moment there's only one person on the team, and that's Ivana. And there's the email address, and what's the role? They're a captain. So to actually go racing, we're going to need to add more people to this team, and then we're going to have to enter an event, because at the moment we haven't entered an event yet. So figure out what the email address of your humans are. So let's say we want to invite a person called John Smith. I know his email address is john@smiths.com. If I hit invite, that sends John an email and allows him to then join my team, which is just an email that he'll get in his inbox, and he can click accept invitation from Ivana, and that automatically sends him to the website where he can then create his own personal account, and he ends up with a dashboard like this as well. And you do that until you've invited all the people you want on your team, and you can have as many people as you like in your team. Once they're on your team, you can then select who you want to drive in a particular event. Hope that makes sense. So just to recap that, you've created your account, you've created a team, or joined someone else's existing team, and then you can have as many people in your team as you want, and it saves it for the next event and the next event and the next event, but you can enter as many events as you want as well with that team, choosing whichever team members you want. So sounds complicated, but actually it's pretty simple. You've got lots of friends, you can invite whoever you want to this party. So now that you've technically, let's assume we've invited John, and I might invite Mary as well. Mary at poppins.com. So I've invited John and Mary to my team. Let's assume I've hit invite. I won't, because it'll add a whole bunch of weird people to the website. Once we've done that, we need to now enter the team into an event, because we haven't actually registered for an event yet. So there's a button here called enter an event, or we can go to my previous events and it shows you've got no events, and you'll have a button that says enter an event. So let's enter an event. As soon as you ask to enter an event, it ends up bringing up this menu of the various events that are available. Let's assume we want to enter the Pro Series. We just click on it and it takes us to that event. Now what we want to do is register our team for that event. Here's all the details, and here is the team event registration portal. Again, you've got options. You can either register your team for this event, or you can go back and join or create a new team, a different team. because you can actually race as a individual account holder. You can race in as many teams as you like. We do have some people who drive for a number of different teams, or create a number of different teams and then come racing and bring 2 or 3 or 4 teams with lots of people in all the different teams. So the world is your oyster. You can choose what you want to do and how many teams you want to be associated with, and you can join or leave or create new teams as you see fit. So recapping here, our team is going to join the Pro Series and register for this event. So let's register the team. Here we are. You can see Ivana Go Fast, which is the team, is registering for the Pro Series round 3 of 3. Okay, this is what I like to call the menu, because it's a bit like a restaurant where you go through and look at the whole menu, and then you choose as the captain. Remember, you're the one that's created this team. You can then choose what you want from the menu. And the other drivers can also log in, see the team, and pay for the bits that they need to pay for. So let's look across here. We've got 3 hours, or you can do the 6 hour, or you can cross register for this particular event. You've got 3 options. So let's assume we want to do the 3 hour section. As soon as you tick 1 3 hour, we've got a total over here of what that is worth. If you enter the 6 hour, of course, you can choose either the 3 or the 6, or you can do both. Do I want to add an additional car? Well, not right now. It tells us here for this event there are 2 drivers already included, so you've automatically got 2 drivers, and so 2 slots are already open for drivers there. Now let's assume I want to add a 3rd driver. I have to add them in here, so I end up with a total of 3 drivers in here. 2 free ones, well, they're part of the $9.99 registration, and 1 additional driver. And the reason for that is that, well, that'll become obvious when I save and go to the next page, but you've got to make sure that you've got all of your drivers registered in this menu. Now, do you need a pit garage? Very important. Yep, I need a pit garage. Do I want a transponder? Yeah, why not? So now that I've ticked everything I want, I need to save and continue. Now, once I've saved and continued, because I chose a garage, it's taken us through to the garage map for this event. So Pro Series, Ivana Go Fast is the team. Here's the garage map. And for those of you that know, what's this one, Pukekohe, there's the track crossing at Pukekohe in yellow, and you'll see the track is in purple, pit lane is in blue, and the offices and bits and pieces there, and you'll see this is the garage layout for Pukekohe. So clearly, because I've chosen a garage, I need to go and secure my garage spot. So figure out where you want to be. I reckon let's go 16A, shall we? Claim garage. I've clicked that, and it says, sweet, you've just scored yourself a team garage. Now, let's imagine that I've buggered that up and I don't want to. I can actually click on it again, and it says, do you want to remove the garage claim? Yep, I want to remove the garage claim, because I actually want to move down a bit further, because I want to be closer to these guys down here. I want to be next to these guys who are coming first, because I want to come second. So let's claim the garage next to them. There you go. So now Ivana Go Fast is next to coming first. Fantastic. So I'm in 20B, that's my garage. When I turn up for scrutineering and at the event, I know that I'm in 20B, and no one else is going to thieve it off me and make a big mess in my garage. So once that's done, make sure you go down here to the bottom, save and continue to move through to the payment portal. So this is where you can pay for stuff. This is like a checkout cart. Round 3 of 3 for Ivana Go Fast, the team. You can see all the items that you've chosen. And here is where it gets interesting, because you as the captain can either pay for all of it, or you can say, well, guys, look, I'm going to pay for myself because I'm the additional driver. And look, I'll pick up the tab for the garage. You guys can squabble over who pays for the rest of it. And then check out either by card, PayPal, or internet banking. Right? So your other team members, when they log into their account, can do the same thing. They can, for example, choose to just pay for the race itself, because that includes the other 2 drivers. So let's say it's a couple or someone that wants to pay for the whole lot. They can pay for that. You just pay for your portion. hence why I call it the menu. Right, so once you've done that, that'll then show up as on your dashboard as being paid, and you can go back and pay for things as you go as well. And if you want to add more stuff, I'll show you how to do that. So let's go back to the dashboard, my dashboard. Now we can see we're registered for the event. We can see what date it is, and we can see Team Ivana Go Fast. But we do notice here we've got a red flag. Now what does that red flag mean? If we hover here where it says hover here for what your colored flag means, we can see it says a red flag is because you haven't paid for stuff, assigned team members, or completed your indemnity forms. So you have to do all that stuff before you're allowed to race. An orange flag means you're almost there, but you've obviously still haven't quite finished either paying or assigning roles or completing indemnities. Green flag, if you've got a green flag here, it means you're good to go. So if you have a look down here where it says event role, you notice that we've got 3 drivers. 2 of them were included. The 3rd driver is the one you added. And this is the same. Remember, for lemons, you need 5 drivers. So in that menu, you've got to select 5 drivers. Otherwise, you won't get them turning up in your menu here. Yeah? And I also notice we haven't assigned any roles here, so we don't know who the drivers are. And of course, over here, where it says indemnity form, it's awaiting completion. And we can't complete it because we don't have any humans assigned to that role. So let's assign some roles, which is down here. So if you notice down here, assign roles, click on that. Here we have the 3 driver slots and Ivana Race a Lot. Now the other 2, remember we had John and Mary, I think it was. Theoretically, they will turn up in here once they've accepted your invitation. And then you can assign John as driver 2, Mary as driver 3. Happy days. Once you've saved, it'll show you that they've all been invited and assigned to your team. Now, if you want to invite more members, you can do that here as well. So let's say you want Susan and Frederick to join your team as well. You can hit invite members and add their email address and invite them. Alternatively, they can just log into their account and choose to join the team, which means you'll get an email asking, hey, Frederick wants to join your team, is that cool? And you can just click yes or bugger off, up to you. If you want to create more drivers, let's say you've only got 3 drivers here. Let's say you get a phone call and someone says, oh, I'd love to come and join you guys driving. Oh, that'd be cool. You can go more event roles and you can add another additional driver down here. So instead of 1, make it 2. Save and continue. Go through the process again. We've already selected 20B, that's fine. And we've already gone through the payment process. You know how to do that. Let's go back to the dashboard. We can now see we've got 4 driver roles. And if we go and assign drivers, we now have Ivana Race a Lot as driver 1, and the other 3 drivers haven't yet been assigned, but we know that they're going to be John, Mary, and Frederick. Make sense? Okay, let's save that. And we can now go back to the dashboard, and you'll see that because I've assigned Ivana Race a Lot as a driver, I can sign an indemnity form. Yay! So as soon as you've assigned the member, the team member, you get the indemnity form pop up. So let's have a look at Ivana's indemnity form. Now all drivers have to sign the indemnity form. Right, in here you can fill in all your details, your civil driver's license, your competition license number, make sure you get your expiry dates right, make sure you select if it's the AASA general speed license. That's what you'll need to race in most of the NaZCAR events. And then scroll down the bottom and fill in all the details here. You have to put in an address, mobile, emergency contact. And here's a little tip for the pros. Under the signature tab, you can just use your mouse or your finger or stylus if you're on your smartphone to electronically sign. You don't need to print this damn thing out. So if I want to write in here, Ivana Race a Lot. Man, what a signature. Look at that. What a great signature. So I've now signed that form. Once I hit save, that means my indemnity is done once I've completed that. If you've left something out, or if there's a field that needs to be filled in, if I try to hit save, it'll tell me which are the required fields and which ones I haven't done. There's quite a few of them because I haven't filled any information in. So clearly that's fine. You'll figure that one out. So that is pretty much it. Once you've figured out how to get to your dashboard, and then once you've figured out how to view your teams, you can now view everything about your team. There it is there. And you can change those details at any time. You can change the team name, you can change the number, you can change the car details. Doesn't make any difference to us because obviously it's all up to what you want to do on race day. And of course now if you decide, well, I've entered the Pro Series, I now want to actually enter another event, you can go and enter a different event. You can now go and enter Lemons and just step through the same process again. There's the Lemons. I want to register for Lemons. Great, I want one car. I need 5 drivers. For Lemons, you need minimum of 5 drivers. Of course, if you've got 6 or 7, you can go through and just keep adding however many drivers you need. You can add crew members, choose the garage, choose the transponder, make $1 million donation to the Lemons Foundation. Good on you. And of course, then save and continue. And then you're technically also registered for Lemons. But for this one, we've registered you for the Pro Series. There you go. And you're all tickety-boo. Any problems, any questions, feel free to give us a yell. Of course, the contact details are on the website. And hopefully that gives you a little bit of an insight into how to navigate the NaZCAR website. All the best, and we'll see you at the next event.